in no department. Speed, power, chance, heart, none.
Alright.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Talking big facts, I ain't tell no lies. Trio talk like fight fan. Slap a troll with my right hand. Hit the like button, watch the replay. Want all the smoke like EJ. Fuck a troll, what he say. I bomb a nigga like Wilder, boy. Spray the thing, make shower, boy. Tyson Fury, you a coward, boy. Box a nigga like Ego. Make you bow your head, take one knee like Kell Brook and Tim Tebow. Since the time the lesson been black and eyes like Debo.
Like Debo?
And I'm a breadwinner like Kevin Gates. Smoke strong, make you levitate. On my Errol Spence, might meditate. Gon' watch me, you gon' steady hate. But I pimp the game like 7-8.
7-8.
And I'm a big stepper like Money Brown. I don't mess around, I don't fuck around. But I'll fuck around, not wear my crown.
Fuck around, not wear my crown.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again. Trio talk like fight fan. There he go talking that boxing again. This trio talk like fight fan. There he go talking that boxing again. Trio talk like fight fan. There he go talking that boxing again. There he go talking that boxing again. There he go talking that boxing again.
What's up with it? What's good with y'all? Brown on boxing, what's happening with it? TJ Sports Nation, what's happening? Omega Red in the building, what's happening? Mr. Shelton, what's happening with it, homie? He didn't change his name, threw me off. Make sure that's the real Mr. Shelton. Let me go and make sure that's the real Mr. Shelton. I know y'all weirdos be liking to make fake accounts and shit. So I know Mr. Shelton got a wrench. Let me make sure it's the real Mr. Shelton. Why you ain't got no wrench, Mr. Shelton? I know, man. I'll figure it out. Mox G, what's happening? Ready? Lori Queen, what's going on with it, Queen? She say press that thumbs up, that like button. Knockout Boxing 86 TV, what's happening? Oh yeah, I'm coming with the smoke today. You better believe that. You better believe that. Jay Chestnut, what's happening? Nah, I might drop some links at the, you know what I'm saying, when I get done cooking. I'm going to cook first, though. So y'all stick around. I might just drop some links at the end of the show. Elevated Consciousness, what's happening with it? Bumpy Thompson, what's happening? Valentine, what's good with it?
I gotta get it for real. Ain't none of these niggas for real. Nah, for real. For real. All of my my music for real. Ain't none of these rappers for real. No, for real. For real. I gotta get it for real. Ain't none of these niggas for real. No, for real. For real. I love my music for real. Ain't none of these rappers for real. No, for real. For real.
Yeah, y'all give me a second. I'm just getting some more of these notifications out, and we finna cook. Mr. Sheldon said it's me. Why you ain't got no wrench? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I know you had a wrench. Did you change accounts, Mr. Sheldon? Yes, sir. Hey, Omega Red. Hey, you crazy as hell. Hey, yeah, like I said, we finna get to cooking real soon. Let me get a couple more of these notifications sent out, and you know, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Let's see. So the Jab Jamboree Act Reacher, what's happening with it, homie? What's good with you? Yeah. So and y'all hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Before we even get started, make sure y'all hit that like button. Mr. Shelton, if that super chat, he said, it's me, man. I'm gonna have to wrench him up. Chris Mitchell, what's happening with it, fam? What's good with you? Yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into it. You know what I'm saying? Before I really get into it, and start, you know, cooking these haters. Yeah, before I really get into it and start cooking these haters, let's get into some of the bouts on Saturday night. Man, that whole, if y'all didn't watch that DAZN card, if y'all got any way to go watch that whole DAZN card, that shit was popping. That whole card was fire. Real talk. I mean, from top to bottom, that whole card was fire. With nothing boring on that card, every fight was heat. Straight up heat. Every fight. Lord to the game, boxing talk. What's good with it? He say, salute my brothers. Time to cook these foods. Oh, yeah. I'm cooking them today. I'm going to cook them today. Lil G1 313, what's happening with it? Some God, what's happening with it? But yeah, man, the whole card on Saturday night, that shit was fire. Every match on there was fire. From the women to the you know, the first undercard on the bout. I mean, every fight was lit. Every fight was, you know, I enjoyed every moment of that card on Saturday night. Let's go ahead and dip right into the main event, because I don't really want to waste no time today. I'm straight on these motherfuckers next. Let's go to the main event. So in the main event, Maurice Hooker and Virgil Ortiz. You know, I'm going to keep it 100. I picked Virgil Ortiz to win by knockout. I said that the fight wasn't going to go more than 8 rounds. And I was right. But, you know, let me give Maurice Hooker his props, because Maurice Hooker, he looked good. He looked real good to me. He looked like that. I could tell that Maurice Hooker, since working with Bomac over there, you know, with Bomac and Crawford and all them, he's improved a lot. To me, Maurice Hooker probably looked the best that I've ever seen him look. Even though he didn't get the victory, he still looked very good, you know, fighting at 147. I've seen, you know, his skills have improved. And the most thing that I took out of the Maurice Hooker and Virgil Ortiz fight for Maurice Hooker is that his punch resistance was at a high level. You know what I'm saying? He was able to take Virgil Ortiz best punches to the head. You know what I'm saying? Now, it was Virgil Ortiz's body work that, to me, really broke Maurice Hooker down. You know, he couldn't take that body, that you know what I'm saying? He couldn't take that pressure to the body, but he was taking them head shots all day. You know what I'm saying? He was taking them head shots, and Maurice Hooker, man, he was using his jab. He was using some footwork, but like I said, what's gonna happen? I said when Maurice Hooker get in trouble, I said he don't hold, he gonna go straight at it. You know what I'm saying? I said when Maurice Hooker get in trouble, he don't know how to hold, he going straight at your head. And that's exactly what he did. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he fights. You know what I'm saying? When he get in trouble, that's all he know. He know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? If he gonna get his way up out of trouble, he gonna fight his way up out of trouble. He not gonna run, he not gonna hold. And to me, that's something that Maurice Hooker needs to work on. I was listening to the corner. You know, what Bo Mack was telling him, and Bo Mack was giving him some good instructions. You know what I'm saying? Bo Mack was telling him, look, when you get hurt, hold. You know what I'm saying? Hold him when you get hurt. And Maurice Hooker told him, he was like, man, my bad. He was like, I couldn't breathe. He was like, I couldn't breathe. That's why I couldn't hold. I couldn't breathe. But see, the reason Maurice Hooker couldn't breathe is because Virgil Ortiz was giving him that vicious body work. Virgil Ortiz continued to go to the body. He noticed that he was hurting. He noticed that he was hurting Hooker to the body, and he continued to go to the body. And see, that's what lets me know that Virgil Ortiz has a good ring IQ. A lot of these fighters, they'll hurt a guy to the body, and then they'll stop going to the body. Virgil Ortiz noticed that, and Virgil Ortiz is smart, right? Because even after the fight, Virgil Ortiz said, Maurice Hooker surprised me about how, you know, he was able to take the head shots. He was like, he surprised me. He was like, my head shots wasn't bothering him like that. He was like, and that surprised me how he was able to take a punch like that. But see, what let me know that Maurice Hooker has a good ring IQ is because he noticed that. He noticed, okay, he's able to take the punches to the head, so I'm going to just go to the body and break him down, right? And he noticed that Maurice Hooker couldn't take them body punches like he was taking them head shots. And he continued to go to the body, right? He made it his duty to tear up Maurice Hooker's body. And so, and that was, to me, that was the ultimate deciding factor. Even though Maurice Hooker, you know, he suffered an injury, but that pressure, if you watch that fight, you can see Virgil Ortiz was putting that pressure on that man, and that pressure bust pipes. You dig? But like I said, Maurice Hooker, he fought good. He fought a hell of a fight. He used his jab really well. And you know, he mixed up his shots real well. He hit Virgil Ortiz with a lot of shit. He caught Virgil Ortiz with a lot of shit. But the thing is, at the end of the day, Virgil Ortiz was too strong for Maurice Hooker. You know what I'm saying? That pressure and Virgil Ortiz was just too strong for Maurice Hooker. Maurice Hooker, he needs to get stronger. You know, he's steady improving. He is steady improving all around. Like I said, I like what I seen from Maurice Hooker, but it's a few things that he needs to improve on. You know, he do need to learn how to wrap up and hold the opponent when he get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? He do need to continue working on his defense, but his defense was a lot better than I've seen in the past, right? I did notice that his defense is a lot better than what I've seen in the past. His footwork was a lot better than what I've seen in the past. Excuse me. But he still don't hold when he get in trouble. He needs to learn how to hold, and getting stronger is going to help him, you know, hold in the clinch and things like that. He needs to get stronger. I said something the other day. I said that Maurice Hooker, right? The best basically strength and conditioning training for Maurice Hooker, right? The best thing Maurice Hooker can do for himself is go hire Blu-ray as his strength and conditioning coach. If he hired Blu-ray will get him up there where he needs to be as far as strength. You know what I'm saying? You can look at Maurice Hooker and tell, you know what I'm saying, he light in the ass. You know, he ain't got no type of muscle on him. He don't have no type of strength. And that's a problem when you going up to 147 trying to, you know what I'm saying, stand the paint with these big boys. You know, and we seen it on Saturday night, you know. Maurice Hooker was hitting Virgil Ortiz with some shit, but he just didn't have that umph on the end of his shots. You know what I'm saying? Virgil Ortiz was able to walk through his shit because he was so much more powerful than Maurice Hooker, and he was able to walk Maurice Hooker in the corner, you know, to the ropes often. But like I said, Maurice Hooker, he looked a lot better to me. So shout out to, you know, Bo Mack and his whole team, you know, that's been working with Maurice Hooker. You know, I think Maurice Hooker is going to continue to improve if he stay over there with Bo Mack and Crawford and them. He going to continue to improve. And Maurice Hooker, he going to give hell to a lot of these fighters at 147 if he continue to elevate his game. A lot of y'all don't understand that Maurice Hooker started late. You know what I'm saying? Maurice Hooker started boxing late. And then a lot of these years, Maurice Hooker ain't really been taking this shit too serious. You know what I'm saying? He been fucking off in the streets, doing shit, you know what I'm saying, still running the streets heavy. Now I think we getting to see Maurice Hooker really, you know, lock down and focus in. And I just hope he continue, you know, to stay focused and continue to work. And Maurice Hooker, you know, he is going to give some problems to a lot of these dudes. And I'm not talking about the top dogs like Errol Spence and you know, that upper echelon, but he going to give a problem to a lot of these dudes once he continues to build and get better. But I would love to see him, you know what I'm saying, get with Blu-ray, you know, and get his strength up, you know, but shit, I mean, who knows, man? A lot of these dudes, you know, that's intimidating to them. They don't want that Blu-ray smoke. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to put that work in like that. I'm not saying that he don't, but I'm saying I think that's a good look. You dig? But as far as Virgil Ortiz, you know what I'm saying? As far as Virgil Ortiz showed that, you know, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Virgil Ortiz showed me a lot of shit, you know. I already knew Virgil Ortiz in my eyes was a bad motherfucker, but he just solidified that because Maurice Hooker ain't no motherfucking Rudy Poo. Maurice Hooker ain't nobody Rudy Poo. Maurice Hooker could go, you know, and Virgil Ortiz showed that, like I said before, he showed his ring IQ because he noticed that, okay, I might not be able to stop him to the head, but I'm going to focus on his body. And when I beat down his body, he going to leave his head open, and then it's going to leave a lot of openings for me to the body or the head. And he kept constant pressure on Maurice Hooker. And, yeah, he was getting hit. But, see, this is what y'all got to realize is Virgil Ortiz's fighting style, right? He has it in his head, like he know what he going to do offensively to get to you. So he has it in his head that he knows with that fighting, when you got the fighting style, the pressure that Virgil Ortiz put on you, right? You're going to get hit, right? So he has it in his head. He know he going to have to take some, right, to give some. But he going to give a lot more than what he take. And another thing that I like from Virgil Ortiz is when he started using that upper body movement, when he was bobbing and weaving and coming inside and bobbing and weaving. And he showed that when he wants to, he does have good upper body movement and he does have head movement, right? He was showing different elements to his game. Yeah, it's still improving because he only like 22 or 23. That's what y'all got to understand. Virgil Ortiz is going to be a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? And I like his attitude. And another thing he showed me that he has a good gas tank. Because if you look at the pressure that he's putting on, he continued to pressure and he never slowed up. He never slowed up and he stuck to it. And like I said, pressure busts pipes. And, you know, whether Maurice Hooker, you know, and I know Maurice Hooker broke his hand, but he was breaking Maurice Hooker down anyway. You could see it. You could see it. Maurice Hooker wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? He was landing shit on Virgil Ortiz, but he wasn't hurting Virgil Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't hurting him. And ultimately, you know, whether Maurice Hooker broke his hand or not, I think the fight was going to end in the same way, in a stoppage. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have too much longer left. Them body shots was hurting Maurice Hooker. He already had dropped Maurice Hooker. You know what I'm saying? He was damn near curling Maurice Hooker up with them body shots. And Maurice Hooker, if you go back and watch the fight, Hooker was letting him know a couple times, like, yeah, you got me. Okay, I felt that. You got me. You got me. You know? And it's scary. It's scary looking at Virgil Ortiz and how young he is to think how much better he is going to get. Now, as far as this Terence Crawford whole situation with Virgil Ortiz, you know, you got to respect it. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect it. You know, it's been rumored that he wanted to fight Terence Crawford, and he been saying it. So he gets on the mic afterwards, and he was respectful. You know, he said he don't want to call none of these guys out, but he says if Terence Crawford is willing to fight him and the fight is on the table, he said that's a fight that he wants. And then they like, oh, well, do you feel that you ready? He said, man, I don't care if I'm ready or not. If I, you know what I'm saying? If I want to consider myself the best, I got to fight the best. It's not about if I'm ready or if I'm not ready. And that's what I fuck with, right? Because in boxing, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of these dudes, and I'm not finna name no names, right? You got a lot of these dudes that's running around, young cats. I'm talking about the young cats, right? That's running around talking about they the best and this, and that. But then when it comes to putting them in the ring with somebody else on that A level, you know what I'm saying? They'll turn around and they handlers will be like, well, they're not ready yet. They're not ready yet. Well, stop saying that they the best. You dig what I'm saying? And I like Ortiz's attitude. Like, fuck that. This is the fight game, right? We worry too much about well, he loses. If he loses, right, he's gonna learn from that, right? So I like his attitude. Like, I'm ready to get in there, right? I'm ready to get in there. If I lose, I lose. If I win, that shit gonna shoot me all the way up. You know what I'm saying? If I beat him, that's gonna do fucking wonders to my career. If I lose, I can learn from it and get better like Canelo did. Everybody's so fucking scared of they fighters taking an L, and all these fighters are scared to take an L. You got to respect somebody like Virgil Ortiz, right? He calling out what a lot of people consider the best pound for pound fighter in all of boxing. So y'all running around here talking about, he gonna get his ass beat, fuck him, he ain't ready, and this and that. Why y'all worried about that? Why y'all so worried about that? You know what I'm saying? Stop worrying about shit that don't really concern y'all. Just know that he gonna get in there and he gonna give a hell of a fight. That's all y'all need to be worried about, is us getting the biggest and best fights. And if Terence Crawford fight Virgil Ortiz, right? If Virgil Ortiz and Terence Crawford fight, I can tell you one thing, that's gonna be the best fighter on both of them's resume, right? Fuck all them accolades and belts and fuck all that bullshit, right? If Terence Crawford and Virgil Ortiz fight, that's going to be the best opponent on each one on resume. Because Virgil Ortiz will whoop the shit out of Jeff Horn. You know what I'm saying? He'll whoop Benavidez with the situation Benavidez was in. He'll whoop Mean Green or Green Machine. He'll whoop all them dudes. And he'll whoop all them dudes at 140. So like I said, to me, that'll be the best fighter that Terence Crawford has faced yet. So, and all I want to see is the best fights. So, you know what I'm saying? Whether, now, am I telling you, do I think that he could beat Terence Crawford? No, I don't think that he could beat Terence Crawford, right? But I didn't think that Teofimo Lopez could beat motherfucking Vasil Lomachenko neither. And I didn't think that Joe Joyce could beat Daniel Dubois neither. So it ain't about what you think, it's about what you know at the end of the day. That's why we need these fighters to get in the ring so we can stop talking about what we think. And at the end of the day, like I said, we got to respect a fighter like Virgil Ortiz that's willing, right, and more than ready to get in there and show what he can do against Terence Crawford. And let's stop acting like Terence Crawford is fucking just impossible to beat, because he get hit too. You know what I'm saying? And I think if they went in there, they're going to go to war. You know, they're going to go to war. Yeah, Terence Crawford got more skills than than Virgil Ortiz. And yeah, it's levels. But you got to show me. And I would pick Terence Crawford to beat Virgil Ortiz. But like I said, once again, they got to show me. Let me get through these comments. Let me get through some of y'all comments. Let me see. And y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit the smash on that like button. Let me see. Oh yeah, Lil G, I'm gonna cook them. We gonna get to cooking today. I'm for real. I promise you. Let me see. Knockout Boxing says, shit, Virgil Ortiz is a million times better. He said he a million times better than fighting Josecito Lopez. If Crawford ain't fighting Porter or Ortiz, is the best option. Yeah, if Crawford ain't fighting Porter, Ortiz is the best by far. Cassandra Mason, what's going on with you, Queen? She say, hey, that guy that was on Money's Live last night, hey, EJ Gut. Man, all them niggas is weirdos, straight up. Niggas is straight weirdos, man. Niggas act like women and shit. For real, that shit deeper. Like I said, when you hear me and Money come in here, we breaking down like the situation, you know what I'm saying? We talking facts. We not shitting on Bud, talking about he a bitch and he this and that. We breaking down facts. Them niggas is weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas is niggas that sit back in the club and shit and see another man, you know, that's you know, shining and maybe, you know what I'm saying, getting women and shit. And they the dudes that sitting back, you know what I'm saying, mad and shit, biting their fucking bottom lip until blood come out that bitch just because they got so much hate in their blood, they can't stand to see another man doing some shit they can't do. That's what that's about, man. Them niggas is weirdos. I know them type of cats, man. I see them, man, everybody know them type of dudes. That sit around, oh man, fuck him, man. He think he this and that. Man, why she fuck with him? Why she fucking with him? You know what I'm saying? Man, fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Shit. He think because he got a little fucking jury on and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And them type of dudes, they don't like Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with fucking boxing. You dig what I'm saying? Because if you hate Errol Spence that much, but then you praising the shit that Terence Crawford is doing, make that shit make sense to me. So I know that shit personal. You know what I'm saying? Them, like I said, them the type of niggas that sit around and hate on other niggas and biting their bottom lip and shit like a bride. Yeah, y'all niggas is probably watching, and I'm talking about you. Straight up. D Hodges say, I think Boots will give him a better fight than Ortiz. That we think a whole bunch of stuff, D Hodges, you know what I'm saying? And that's your opinion. And I got my opinion, and I'm not disagreeing with you. All I'm saying, D Hodges, is that we think. Everybody on here, we think, right? We thinking some shit. So we got to get these fights. You feel what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. We got to get these fights so we don't have to think no more. Let all these motherfuckers fight each other. You know what I'm saying? So what? Fuck a loss. If you fighting the best, if the best is fighting the best, right? 9 times out of 10, you're going to get an L on your record anyway. Straight up. Man, Sir Ed-Bo, what's happening with it? Brown on Boxing, what's good? He say Ortiz is a good fighter. I'll take him versus Bud. I'm not gonna say all that, homie. I'm not gonna pick. I'm gonna keep it 100. I wouldn't put my money on Virgil Ortiz to beat Bud, but I would put my money on watching the fight. You dig what I'm saying? And if Bud went in there and whooped Virgil Ortiz, I'm going to give him his props. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm not giving him his props for beating no motherfucking Jeff Horn. Omega Red, he say Bud don't want anybody. Yeah, Sheena, you know, you didn't have some niggas that did some pillow talking ass niggas in your life. I bet you have. You know, every woman in here know the type of nigga that I'm talking about. Straight up, every woman in here know the type of dude that I'm talking about. Hey, Lori say money tore the fur off his ass in that debate. Shady Girl 85, salute to you, Queen. Let me see. Brandon Taylor says Bud is the best stop. If that's your opinion, that's your opinion. I don't have no problem with you thinking that he the best. But I'm still finna cook these niggas. And if you want to be a part of them, you can. Like I said, I don't have no problem with nobody thinking that Bud could beat Errol Spence, that Bud is the best boxer, is the best fighter in all of. I don't have no problem with that shit. You dig what I'm saying? That's your opinion. That's your opinion. But when you start talking stupid shit, talking about everybody ducking Bud and all this, that's what I got a problem with. That's when we gonna start breaking you niggas down straight up. Some guy says if I was Bud, I would rather fight Porter than Virgil Ortiz. I wouldn't, but you know what I'm saying? We like I said, we finna get into all of that. But you know, at the end of the day, like I said, Virgil Ortiz, he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with, and I would like to see him get in there with Bud, because I think even if he do take a L to Bud, you know, he can get better from that, and that's what really defines how good you are, right? If you take a L, right, and you can't learn, especially early on in your career, right? If you take an L early on in your career, and that shit derail your whole career, you don't get better from it, well, you wouldn't go be shit anyway, right? You probably already had hit your peak. You dig what I'm saying? Because boxing, boxing is probably 75-80% mental anyway. You dig what I'm saying? So the mental aspect is a big, huge part in boxing. So if you take an L early on in your career and it fuck your mental up and you can't get no better from it, well, what the fuck was you gonna be anyway, right? So it don't matter if you take an L early on or later in your career. I would rather for these fighters to take a L early on in their career, right? That way I can see how they learn from that L, right? How they learn from it. Because you see what Canelo, if a lot of y'all hating on Canelo, y'all can't stand Canelo. Okay, cool. That's your opinion. But can't nobody in here tell me that Canelo didn't benefit and didn't learn a whole hell of a lot from taking that L from Mayweather, right? He lost to Mayweather, but he went back to the lab and he like, okay, man, what is this man doing, right? What is he doing where he was able to shut me out, right? And he made me look like an amateur. I need to study him and learn to do what the fuck he was doing. And that's what he did. He got better and he continued to get better and continue to get better, right? And so for these fighters like Virgil Ortiz, Jerron, Boots Ennis, we running around here talking about, oh, they ain't ready. Man, fuck all of that. Fuck all that. Put them in the ring. Put them in the ring and test them out and see how good they is, right? When are they ever gonna be ready? When the heavy hitters then retired or moved out of the division, now they just running through fucking Rudy Poos that's left over in the division. When is they gonna be ready? You feel what I'm saying? So fuck all that. They ain't ready. Put these dudes in the ring and let them learn, right? Let them learn. Let them learn from a victory or a win. Either way, they gonna learn from it. Shit. Y'all don't think Teofimo gonna learn from his victory? You look at, man, y'all don't think Teofimo Lopez, his confidence is at an all-time high now? Come on, man. Let me get through some more of y'all comments. Let me see. Brown Unboxing said, I watched Big Stepper stream last night and shouldn't even have guys like K on the channel even ever again. It's one thing to debate. It's another thing to see a person. Hey, man, everybody can see that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you can't see the nigga was a fucking a straight complete hater, right? If you can't see that shit, you probably one of them type of niggas yourself. Straight up. You probably one of them type of dudes yourself. Roxanne says, remember when Thurman kept saying EJ wasn't ready for him? See where he at now. Ortiz is ready. Right. Brandon Taylor says, if Bud knocks out Porter, Ortiz, what will you say? Porter or Ortiz, what will you say? If Bud knocks out Porter or Ortiz, I'm gonna say that he a motherfucking hell of a man. And that he, without a shadow of a doubt, number one pound for pound. That's what I'm gonna say. As simple as that. And this is another thing, right? We say these dudes ain't ready. So when Sean Porter got in the ring and lost to lost to Keith Thurman, right? Was he not ready? You know what I'm saying? Like, was he not ready? Everybody that takes an L, does that mean that they wasn't ready for that certain opponent like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to cut it out with that bullshit. Everybody is not going everybody ain't gonna beat everybody. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody is not gonna beat everybody. Like I said, when the best fight the best, you're gonna get an L on your record 9 times out of 10. Right. Let me see. Yeah, Sheena take an L and bounce back. Full of hunger. What's happening? We don't know for sure until he fights the style again. Knockout Boxing said, shit, that's boxing in life. How you handle adversity defines you. Yeah, right. I want to see how these cats handle adversity. You feel what I'm saying? Jose Rivera says Crawford won't fight anybody good at 147. He's scared to fight Porter, Spence, Thurman, and Ortiz. He love to fight Pacquiao because he around 100 years old. So let's go ahead and get into it, right? So salute to me, like I said, salute to Virgil Ortiz and Maurice Hooker. They went out there, they gave all of the fans a hell of a fight. And fuck everybody that was booing them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck everybody that had a nerve enough to boo Maurice Hooker. When he went out there, he laid it all on the line. Real talk. So Elevated Consciousness say, personally, I think Boots need a push. I think he give all these guys the business. He might. That's why we got to see him in the ring. You dig what I'm saying? That's why we have to see these fighters get in the ring. People don't understand, man. Like, Holyfield stepped up and fought the undisputed cruiserweight champion, right? The white Muhammad Qawi, right? And Holyfield only had 12 fights, right? He only had 12 fights. 12 fights, he did it. And this wasn't no motherfucker that had a vacant title or none of that bullshit. Wasn't none of that going on, right? He fought the best fighter at the cruiserweight division that had been dominant for a long time. And Holyfield stepped up and fought him with 12 fights and beat him. That's the only way we can see. Knockout Boxing 86 TV say, in his hometown, I'm from Dallas, Texas, and we should be doing that bullshit. Yeah, man, they booing Maurice Hooker in his hometown, right? But see, what that shit was about, you know what I'm saying? And we all say that boxing, like people they hate when they hear, right? They hate when they hear that boxing is a racially driven sport. If you look in the crowd, it wasn't nothing but Hispanic people in the crowd, right? Now, that shit shows you how racially driven boxing is. It was a number of Hispanic people, and they was all booing Maurice Hooker. Why the fuck was they booing Maurice Hooker? To me, that was some racial shit, right? Why the fuck? What did they have to give boo Maurice Hooker for, right? He gave y'all a hell of a fight from the first round to the round that it ended, but y'all booing him. Look how they did, man. Come on, bro. Look how they did in Phoenix, man. In Phoenix, Arizona. Look how they did my Daniel Jacobs when he fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. They had to rush him up out of the arena. But once again, it was the crowd was nothing but Hispanics. That's what I'm saying, man. Y'all need to get off this bullshit. Go to these fights and get these fighters respected and watch a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Boom, motherfuckers, and throwing beers and all that bullshit. Yeah, Sheena, but I felt Mo when he was saying that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like Mo got on the fight mic and said some disrespectful. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he gave Ortiz his props. Cleo Floyd, what's happening with it? Cleo say Hooker is a damn goon. Second fight, he said second fight at 147, he fought well. I was surprised by the amount of damage he did to Ortiz. One thing about Hooker, his fights will always be exciting. He says Ortiz is a young bull. I love watching him. Straight up, straight facts. Bumpy Thompson, he says that was a beast of a fight, Holyfield versus Muhammad Qawi. Yeah, and when I was little, right, that fight happened in 86. So when I was little, that's what made me like I had watched some boxing before that, but that was the first fight that I can really remember to where I was like, man, I love this shit. That's when I really got into boxing, you know, when he fought Muhammad Qawi in 86. And after that, man, I was a huge Holyfield fan. Like I was a big Mike Tyson fan, but back then, if it was Mike Tyson or Holyfield, to me, I was a bigger Holyfield fan. You know what I'm saying? So I was a bigger Holyfield fan. You know, Holyfield, you couldn't tell me shit about Holyfield. It's crazy. When growing up, I used to dream of the Holyfield fights, right? And this some real shit. I would dream of the fights the night before when the fight was coming up. I would dream of the fight outcome the night of the fight. I mean, the night before the fight. I would dream of the fight outcome, right? And it's funny. All of my dreams I had, the outcomes was right. I will always dream of Holyfield's fight outcomes the night before the fight or the week leading up to it. So when Holyfield lost to Riddick Bowe, it was crazy when I was watching that fight because I already knew what the outcome was going to be. I already had dreamed that Holyfield got beat by Riddick Bowe in the first fight. And if y'all ain't seen Holyfield Riddick Bowe 1, to me, that was one of the most all-time greatest fights. I love that fight. That fight, man, they went to war. Curtis Anderson in the building. What salute, Kurt. The boxing god in the building. And Kurt know what I'm talking about. That first Holyfield Bowe fight, man. Omega Red said, me too. He says Holyfield was my favorite fighter as well. B&B Boxing News, salute to you. Brandon Taylor says, 86, who's your favorite fighter? Who is my favorite fighter? Who was my favorite fighter? Like I said, back then, my favorite fighter was Holyfield, straight up. And then I started watching Roy Jones with my pops in the Olympics in the Seoul, Korea. You know, and Roy Jones was so my fighters back then was straight. My favorite fighters back then was Holyfield, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Mike Tyson. Those were my favorite fighters. And then let me see. When Roy Jones came in, like Roy Jones just changed the game for me. You know what I'm saying? I had been watching Roy Jones since the Olympics. And then I was watching Roy Jones when he used to fight on USA Boxing coming up. And yeah, he changed the game. Like couldn't nobody touch Roy Jones to me. So my all-time favorite fighter is Roy Jones. That's my all-time favorite fighter. It's just, you know what I'm saying? He brought something different to the game. But I was a huge, like I said, at the same time, I was a huge Holyfield and Mike Tyson fan. And I cried when Mike Tyson got knocked out by Buster Douglas. Like, that was some shit. Like, I couldn't. And at that point in time, I still had Holyfield beating Mike Tyson, but yeah. But I was just always a huge boxing fan, John Kramer said, I don't know how Holyfield took those big punches from no bigger heavyweights. Yeah, that's crazy how small Holyfield was. Holyfield was only like 212, 210 pounds back then. You know what I'm saying? Hey, who on here used to mess with that Holyfield, the Real Deal Holyfield game on Sega? Hey, that was my shit. I never beat that game though. Evander Real Deal Holyfield game on Sega Genesis. That was my shit. Yeah, Curtis, man, that Holyfield Riddick Bowe 1 was a war. They went to war. And Holyfield, man, he took some shit. He took some shots in that fight. And but like I said, that was a fight that was real weird for me watching, because I had dreamed of the outcome and I already knew what the outcome was. Plus my pops was, you know what I'm saying, he was real big on Big Daddy Bowe. My pops, he the one that put me on the Riddick Bowe. He was like, man, he kept telling me, like, you gotta watch, you gotta watch Riddick Bowe. This was when Riddick Bowe was young and coming through the ranks. My pops was always talking about Riddick Bowe. So, I started watching Riddick Bowe, and I'm like, and I was terrified in the fight with him and Holyfield, because, like I said, I had dreamed that he was gonna beat Holyfield. Brandon Taylor says Stevenson is the best up and coming fighter. Yeah, I agree with you on that. That's my opinion. I agree with you too. Brown on Boxing says Roy Jones, Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Holyfield, Oscar, Kennedy McKinney. Yeah, I remember him too. I forgot about him. Several others in the 90s. I never liked Lennox Lewis though. I always hated Lennox Lewis. I like Lennox Lewis now, but I always hated Lennox Lewis. I couldn't stand Lennox Lewis. I remember Johnny Tapia. Johnny Tapia, he would go to war with your ass. Little Johnny Tapia. Curtis Anderson says Holyfield as a cruiserweight was damn near unbeatable. Yeah, like I said earlier, Kurt, that man moved up and whooped Dwight Muhammad Qawi with only 12 fights. Wasn't nobody looking for no man with 12 fights to whoop Dwight Muhammad Qawi, and it was a hell of a fight. Y'all need to go watch that. That was a hell of a fight. But then he came back in a rematch a little later, and beat Dwight Muhammad Qawi because, see, a lot of people, and I know Kurt remember this, a lot of people was saying that they thought that Dwight Muhammad Qawi should have got the victory over Holyfield. It was a close fight. And Holyfield came back and put that work in and beat him, decisively the second time. Brown Boxing says Tapia was his guy. Yeah, I like Tapia. He was a man. He was a warrior. Bruce Gold says those were the days when all the fight, when everybody fought each other. What happened to that concept? And it's crazy, Bruce Gold, because that concept each year, that concept is going further and further away. Boxing is in a bad state and it's getting worse, especially now with this this Instagram and how much money I got and all this bullshit. It's getting worse. And we haven't seen the worst of boxing yet. But so let's go ahead and get into this Terence Crawford situation. You know what I'm saying? And y'all hit the like button before I start cooking on this. Y'all hit my like button, right? I thought that Holyfield won both too. Y'all hit the like button, right? So let's get into this Terence Crawford situation. So Terence Crawford, right? He comes out again Saturday night, and he's asked about, they ask him about the fight with Errol Spence. What everybody want to know. What's up? Is you know what I'm saying? What's up with the fight between you and Errol the True Spence? What's up? And Terence Crawford says, I told y'all already. Basically, I don't know how many times I got to say it. That fight ain't happening. That fight is behind me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing to do with that shit. It's behind me, right? And he talking about, I'm moving on. I got bigger and better things, right? So first of all, I'm like, okay, why the fuck is Terence Crawford able to, right, continue to say that he don't want to fight Errol Spence? That fight is behind him. He's moving on. He's on to bigger and better things. First of all, you're not on to shit because it ain't nothing bigger and better that you can move on to. Straight up. Second of all, the fans, right? If that's his decision, if he don't want to fight, to me, it looked like that he don't want to fight nobody tough. Because anytime you start mixing Terence Crawford's name up with anybody that's going to give him the fight of his career, it's always something behind it that equates to Terence Crawford ain't fighting him. It's always something behind it that the end solution is Terence Crawford is not fighting him, right? Sean Porter got to fucking swim through from one side of the ocean to another, right? Underwater to get a goddamn fight with Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford don't want to fight him. It's 1,000,001 excuses why Terence Crawford, right, shouldn't fight Sean Porter, right? He don't want to fight him. Keith Thurman name mentioned, right? When Keith Thurman name is mentioned, oh, well, he's trying to price himself out, right? Then Keith Thurman double back and give them, right, put an offer on the table that's more than the acceptable offer I'm hearing, right? They still ain't talking about fighting Keith Thurman, right? Now, Errol Spence, the biggest fight of his career, it ain't nobody in boxing that he can make a bigger fight with, even Pacquiao. A Pacquiao and Terence Crawford fight is not bigger than the Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight. So when you talk about you moving on to bigger and better, you're not moving on to shit, right? You're not finna do nothing bigger and better. And then this is the dude, this is the guy that everybody talking about that he pound for pound #1. So Terence Crawford says this once again, right? And this is not the first time that Terence Crawford has shut down an Errol Spence fight. He shut down an Errol Spence fight when Miss Boxing Baby interviewed him, said that he's not thinking about Errol Spence. He don't need no Errol Spence, that the fight ain't happening, right? He did his own Instagram live and when they were in addressed it himself, said the fight ain't gonna never happen, right? Then he doubled back, right? He doubled back again, and these are facts. So if anybody got a problem with it, I'm sorry for you, right? He doubled back again and told y'all the fight ain't gonna happen. And he said it live, right, on camera in front. See, the thing is, when ESPN get on, they try to paint a narrative, right? That, oh, well, the fight ain't happening because Errol Spence is ducking. Errol Spence is scared. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence don't want no fight. He's scared of Terence Crawford. That's why it's not happening. But every time I hear Terence Crawford speak, right, out of his mouth, all I hear is the fight ain't happening. I don't want that fight. I don't need Errol Spence. I don't need this. I'm not thinking about Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? That's behind me. It'll never happen. But every time I hear Errol Spence speak, I hear him say, yeah, the fight gonna happen. He even spoke on hold on. What did Errol Spence say? Let's play it. Let's play it. Hold on. What did Errol Spence just say this Saturday when asked about the fight? I'm gonna play it. Let's play it. Let's see what he had to say. And y'all hit my thumbs. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. Let me see. Let's play it. Hold on. First, let's play Terence Crawford. First, let's play what Terence Crawford had to say.
to really help you get.
Good fight, both of them being good.
Did you think Crawford was in the fight?
Yeah, of course. Virgil was slowing down, as you can see. You know what I mean? But both got him caught with a couple of good, clean body shots that slowed him down. That, you know what I mean?
Hold on. We just gonna play the whole thing.
Y'all all know that.
Just your status. Because of your status, a lot of people want to fight you, obviously.
Right.
How does that make you feel? Because this kid, he's a young kid, he wants you now instead of.
You really don't want me. That's just the thing. It's all the fighters that's at the top right now. But, you know, he's doing his thing. He's doing what he's supposed to do. And I wish him nothing but the best.
Did he look good to you, though?
He looked there like he was supposed to look.
Hold on, Pacquiao next. I'm going to get out of here. Hold on, Pacquiao next. So Spence is done. So you're done with Spence for right now. So Spence is not. So you don't think Spence will be this year, maybe next year?
Never.
Really? Why say never? What about one
Hold on. So he just said, he said, so do you think Spence will be this year? He said, no, never. Never. I'm never fighting him. But y'all jumping up and down like some hoes, clapping your hand. Oh, you hear what Terence Crawford said? He shut down Errol Spence. Y'all happy about this shit? But y'all supposed to be boxing fans, but y'all happy about this shit, right? Y'all some weirdos. That's what y'all is. Hold on. Now, let's see what Errol Spence had to say. Hold on. Hold on.
Hey, Terence Crawford's here. Did you get to speak with him? How to fight? You know, we all want to see that against Terence Crawford.
It's gonna happen, I guess. I don't know.
What did he say? Now, what Errol Spence say? It's gonna happen, I guess. Right? So you hear one man that's telling you that fight ain't gonna never happen. I don't want to fight him. It ain't gonna never happen. Then you hear another man that's asked about it, and they're in the same arena, right? They're in the same arena. You hear another man that's asked about it, and he tell you, yeah, the fight gonna happen, I guess. You know, I don't know. Like, basically, it's up to him. I don't know what he doing, but yeah, the fight gonna happen. But y'all running around here like some straight suckers, right? Talking about, oh, Errol Spence is ducking. Errol Spence is ducking. He doing this and he doing that. How is the man that's telling you that he wants to fight, that the fight gonna happen, ducking, but the other man, right, that y'all running around here capping for, that's telling you clearly that the fight ain't gonna never happen, y'all running around here fucking licking all up under the bottom of his nuts. Like, yeah, you see what he said? You see what he just said? And I'm gonna make this clear. Any of Terence Crawford's family, I ain't talking to y'all because y'all supposed to rock with, you know what I'm saying? Even if y'all know he wrong, you supposed to rock with him. So I'm not talking to Bomac. I'm not talking to Taiwan. I'm not talking to Terence Crawford nephew. I ain't talking to none of y'all because at the end of the day, you gonna ride with your family, whether he right or wrong, right? Whether he right or wrong in public, right? You now behind the closed doors, y'all supposed to tell him different. But if it's in public, you supposed to rock with him, whether he is right or wrong. So I ain't talking to y'all. I'm talking to everybody else, though. So if you feel that I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. Now, right now, so one man that's steady telling y'all in every interview that he do, I want to fight Pacquiao next. Pacquiao next, right? The fight with Errol Spence ain't gonna never happen, right? That's one man. The other man in every interview that you hear him tell you, he done told you, hey, 60-40, you know, we can get this shit done. I think the fight gonna happen, but y'all run around here fucking clapping this shit like some fucking women talking about, oh, you hear what Bud said? Hey, hell yeah. He told Spence, he told y'all Spence fans, he told Spence, ha, it ain't happening. Ha. What, man, y'all sound like some fucking clowns, all of y'all. Straight up. So Taiwan said he tired of chasing dude. When the fuck was he chasing him? When? When was he chasing him? When was he chasing him? Stop making up stuff, right? He tired of chasing dude, but he been chasing the Pacquiao fight for 6 or 7 years. But he tired. But he still got a whole bunch in the gas tank, right? Chasing Manny Pacquiao, but he tired of chasing dude. When was he chasing him, first of all? First of all, this how I know that y'all don't know what the fuck you talking about. Because the fight, right? First of all, the fight hasn't even been able to be made. Beforehand, when they was talking about making the fight, Bob Arum said that the fight needs to build more. Bob Arum said that the fight needed to build more. That he didn't want Terence Crawford to fight Errol Spence. The fight needs to build more, right? Errol Spence, before that, he had been told y'all before Terence Crawford came to the division that he wanted to get the belts, all of the belts on his side, right? He had been calling out Danny Garcia. He had been calling out Sean Porter. He had been calling out Keith Thurman. So when was the fight? So tell me, when was Bud Crawford chasing the Errol Spence fight? Because that's a lie. That's a narrative that y'all made up to run with, and it's a motherfucking lie. So was he chasing him when Errol Spence set out a year after a car accident? Was he chasing him then? Or was he chasing him when Errol Spence came back after a car accident, right? In the fucking middle of a pandemic. When you guys' promoter, Bob Arum, said that they couldn't have it without no fans because wasn't nobody going to pay for it. He said he wasn't going to pay for it. He said, who's going to pay for the fight? Both of them going to demand too much money. So tell me, when was he chasing Errol Spence? Because before all of that, Bob Arum said that the fight needs to build more. So when was he chasing him? See, this is the bullshit that y'all be on. But like I said, besides all of that, right? Y'all clapping and jumping up and down like a fucking kid in the candy store because this man hop on camera, right, in front of probably thousands, millions of people that then watched it by now, whether it's via they was watching the event or they was watching the, YouTube clips from it, and told everybody the fight ain't happening. But continue, been saying that. But now, right, he tells y'all that. But now y'all running around here talking about, oh, Errol Spence is ducking. Errol Spence is ducking. Errol Spence is because Errol Spence is ducking him. How is Errol Spence ducking him and this man is the one that's saying he don't want to fight? It's always an excuse for Terence Crawford. Every time a name comes up, it's always an excuse. When Sean Porter name was coming up, right? When Sean Porter name, it's an excuse. Why should he fight Sean Porter? Sean Porter ain't nobody. Why should he fight Sean Porter, right? Sean Porter got losses on his record. He got losses. Well, I never heard y'all say, why should he fight a 42-year-old Manny Pacquiao that got a whole bunch of fucking L's on his record? And now he ain't even got no fucking belt. So keep the same energy. If y'all want to go by, oh, well, he don't need to fight Sean Porter because he got losses on his record, right? Well, then he don't need to fight Manny Pacquiao neither because he got about 7 of them on his goddamn record, right? So keep the same energy. If that's how y'all want to roll, then, oh, well, Keith Thurman, Keith Thurman, we don't want to fight Keith Thurman. He pricing himself out. Well, why you don't sit down and negotiate with Keith Thurman and see what the fuck you can come up with? But nah, you don't want to do that, dog. But you willing to sit down and negotiate with motherfuckers like Benavidez and let Amir Khan make more money than Terence Crawford made, right? Talk to me. Let's talk about facts. Y'all motherfuckers get on my goddamn nerves with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get on my nerves with this shit. Oh, he's tired of chasing. He's tired of chasing Errol Spence. When was he chasing them? When was he chasing them? You feel me? And then it's funny, right? A lot of these other fights ain't being made, right? Because you know that it takes a whole lot to do a mega fight like this and do a fucking cross-promotional platform, right? They got to agree to all type of shit to get ESPN and Fox or ESPN and Showtime to do a cross-promotion pay-per-view, right? But when we start talking about that business aspect, right? All of a sudden, it ain't no such things as the side of the streets then, right? It ain't no such things, right? But with every other fight, it's a such thing. See, y'all move the goalposts and y'all paint narratives, right? But you never come with no facts. You guys never come with no facts. So, anybody that's on here talking about that he's sick of chasing Errol Spence, come on here and drop some footage where he says, I want the Errol Spence fight next. That's the fight that I want next. I want to fight Errol Spence. That's to make the fight happen, Bob. Pull that up. Pull that up for me, right? Pull it up. And I'll wait because I'm going to be on here. I got time today. When you find it, pull it up. Because y'all running with narratives. I'm speaking facts. Like I said, Taiwan, talking about, I know Spence. I don't know. I don't know that. I know who is holding up the fight. I know that Terence Crawford is holding up the fight. I know that Terence Crawford is the man that say he don't want to fight. That's what I do know. I know that I'm not coming up on here making up shit in narratives like y'all. I'm taking the man for what he said, right? When both of them men were talking about the fight, right? Both of them, a few years ago, they went on the Breakfast Club and they both went on Sway in the Morning. Both of them said that the fight will happen, right? The business of the fight just has to be right. Both of them said that the fight would happen back then, but the business, right? One of them continues to say that the fight gonna happen. The other one says that the fight will never happen. Now, Errol Spence, right? When he came in the division, like I said before, he was chasing Porter, right? He was chasing Keith Thurman. He was chasing, and he was also chasing Danny Garcia, right? So he beat Porter that had a belt, the WBC title, right? Before that, he beat Kell Brook that had the IBF title, right? Two guys down that he was chasing, right? Then he went and beat, coming off a year layoff in a horrible car accident, over a year layoff in a horrible car accident. Then he turned around, right, and beat Danny Garcia, another guy that he had been chasing since 2015. That he had been telling y'all that he wanted to fight. So he beat everybody, right? So he accomplished his goals. That's what it sounded like to me, because everybody that he said that he wanted to fight way back then, he ended up fighting them and beating them. Everybody except for one, Keith Thurman. Everybody except for Keith Thurman, he ended up fighting them and whooping them, right? Now, let's go over to Terence Crawford, right? Terence Crawford came to 147 and he beat Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn was the same guy that everybody was running down because everybody knew that Jeff Horn was food. Jeff Horn got a fucking title given to him because he didn't beat Manny Pacquiao, right? So he go and whoop a sorry ass Jeff Horn, right? Now, if you listen to the footage that I just played y'all, with Terence Crawford talking, right? They asked him about Virgil Ortiz, right? And he said that he thinks that Virgil Ortiz did what he was supposed to do, right? He says that Virgil Ortiz did what he was supposed to do. Now, Terence Crawford did what the fuck he was supposed to do when he moved up and beat Jeff Horn. In every fight that Terence Crawford has had at 147, he did what the fuck he was supposed to do. Because if you look at the odds, he was an overwhelming odds favorite in each one of those fights. So that means that he did exactly what he said Virgil Ortiz did, exactly what he was supposed to do, right? So this motherfucker on Money Brown TV last night gonna have the nerve enough to say that Errol Spence ain't did shit. He ain't did nothing to impress him. So what the fuck has Terence Crawford done at 147 to impress you? What has he done at 147 to impress you? If Errol Spence ain't did nothing, I want to know what Terence Crawford has done to impress you. Because all he doing is knocking out the same level of competition that Errol Spence was knocking out when he went on a 12 or 13 fight knockout streak. The same level of competition. And like I said, I'm not, and none of you clown motherfuckers in the comments, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking over that bullshit y'all talking about because I'm not even wasting the breath on you clown ass niggas. You get on your own platform and go talk that clown shit on your platform. And then see who gonna watch you. Like I said, you get mad if you want to, but get mad at facts. Get mad at the facts. And so, you know what I'm saying? This shit shows me how some of y'all brains work. This man come out and tell y'all that he not fighting the man. That is over with. He don't want to fight him. And y'all jumping up and down for joy? That's what y'all want to hear? That's the type of shit that y'all root for? Right? And every time, and it's crazy because this shit ain't nothing new with you fucking clowns, right? It ain't nothing new because every time a real good, right? A real good top fighter name is linked with Terence Crawford and he come out or his team come out and make an excuse why they shouldn't have to fight that fighter, y'all get the fucking jumping around and sniffing up under his nuts and shit, talking about, oh, he doesn't have, and going with the shit. Why should he have to fight Porter? Why should he have to, who the fuck do y'all want to see him fight? Right? Who do y'all want to see him fight? Are y'all still holding on to this fucking Pacquiao dream? Right? Y'all holding on to this Pacquiao dream. Right? Y'all, is that what y'all holding on to? Why y'all want to see him fight Pacquiao so much? Right? I don't mind a Pacquiao fight for him, but it is what it is. Why y'all, Pacquiao 42 years old, right? Pacquiao 42 years old, but that's the guy that y'all want to see him fight? So you mean to tell me your top pound for pound fighter, right? The guy that y'all fucking go to bed and get on your knees and praise to every night, right? You want to see him fight either a 42-year-old man, and then you pretend like you want to see him fight Errol Spence, but as soon as he come out and tell you that the fight ain't happening, y'all get to fucking clapping and jumping up and down. Talking about, did y'all hear what my man said? Did y'all, ooh, yeah, he told Errol Spence, he told him. What's going on with y'all? What's up? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Roxanne says Pacquiao ain't even no pushover. He might whoop him. I think that Bud will beat the shit out of Pacquiao. But see, that's why his fans want to see that fight so bad, because they know that Pacquiao will get the shit beat out of him by Bud. Shit, Keith Thurman would have beat the shit out of Pacquiao if Keith Thurman wasn't so goddamn rusty. And then y'all gotta understand, Keith Thurman came in that fight with an injury. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman came in that fight with an injury, and it ain't making no excuse. Keith Thurman had to get a major hand surgery after that fight, and he ain't fought since. So you know he was injured. Keith Thurman told, and you know, one thing about Keith Thurman, whether you like him or not, Keith Thurman gonna keep it 100. That's why I fuck with Keith Thurman, because even if he sound bad, he's still gonna tell the truth. And Keith Thurman told you straight up. He says that he should have never took that Manny Pacquiao fight, but he says that he underestimated Manny Pacquiao and felt that even though he was nowhere near 100%, he felt that he could still beat Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao was small and he was older. So he was like, shit, I don't need to be 100% to beat Manny Pacquiao. And he underestimated him. Now, 100% Keith Thurman, right? 100% Keith Thurman will beat the shit out of Manny Pacquiao. 100% Keith Thurman will beat the shit out of Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao ain't the same fighter he was. And another thing, and I'm not going to accuse Manny Pacquiao of nothing, but another thing, they ain't had no fucking drug test in that fight. Manny Pacquiao ain't looked that good, hadn't looked that good in years and years and years and years. And that's a fact. Manny Pacquiao didn't look as good as he did fighting Keith Thurman when he fought Adrian Broner. Right, he didn't look as good as he did in the Keith Thurman fight, even when he fought Lucas Matisse. Lucas Matisse was just fucking washed up, fresh off a spin cycle. He was done. But Manny Pacquiao didn't even look as good as he did in the Thurman fight with the Lucas Matisse fight. So Manny Pacquiao hadn't looked that good in a long time, but like I said, it wasn't no drug testing in that fight, which to me was real fishy. And another thing is Keith Thurman said he only took that fight because he knew, you know what I'm saying, he wanted that bread. He wasn't finna turn down all that money that he made in that Pacquiao fight. So that was a money grab for him too. So man, when it comes down to it, all the Bud fans, I ain't gonna say Bud fans because as far as Bud in the ring, I fuck with Bud, but I don't fuck with the way that he moved. A lot of the shit that how he moving now, I ain't fucking with that shit. But a lot of these, the Bud Protection Committe, right? The BPC, y'all funny. See, the only reason y'all want him to fight Manny Pacquiao so goddamn bad is because y'all pretty much know that he gonna go in there and fuck up Manny Pacquiao, right? And then y'all gonna be able to put that on his resume. Oh, he whooped Manny Pacquiao. Because see, right, Errol Spence was talking about fighting Manny Pacquiao too. But y'all ain't see me up on here fucking jumping up for joy, telling like, oh yeah, fucking, you know what I'm saying? He needs to fight Pacquiao. I ain't never said that shit because I know Errol Spence will go out there and fucking dog walk Manny Pacquiao, right? I would much rather see Errol Spence fight a healthy Keith Thurman. I would much rather see him fight, you know, somebody like Sean Porter in a run back. And I would much rather see over everybody. I want to see Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight. But your man, you know what I'm saying? He said that he don't want to fight no more. It ain't gonna happen. Mr. Sheldon say the top ranked Toby Task Force, Bud Justice League, and the Bud Jangles Brigade. Man, this shit crazy, man. Like, y'all got to stop defending this fuck shit. And see, that's why I said y'all are a part of the problem, right? Y'all are a part of the problem. Instead of coming out, keeping it real, like, hey, you know, I don't agree with what he's saying. He needs to do what he can to make that fight. I ain't heard nobody say, look, you know, Bud Crawford, ain't none of y'all weird old motherfuckers came out and said, look, you know what? Call Spence out on his bluff. If you think he bluffing, you know what I'm saying? I never heard none of y'all say, you know, Bud need to call Spence out and say and let Spence know that he'll accept the 60-40. But if he wins, you know what I'm saying? They have to have in the rematch clause that he gets the 60-40 in his favor. Right? So you mean to tell me, right? Errol Spence is finna go get a third belt, right? You mean to tell me that Errol Spence is finna go get a third title, right? And Terence Crawford could make history by being undisputed at 140 and 147, but he don't want to do that? He don't want to do that? He don't even want to try to see if he could get 60-40 and then right? If he could get 60-40, right, Errol Spence's way, and then in a rematch, he could get the 60-40 in his way, and he'll be undisputed. So you mean to tell me, and the biggest paydays of his career by far, but he said, but this is the man that y'all fucking running around here tugging on his nuts and shit. This the man that y'all around here patty caking for, clapping, jumping up and down for, right? Right? But the man, Errol Spence, that's fighting all of the toughest competition, doing everything he said he was going to do, right? Finna grab a third title, right? Do his fourth pay-per-view. But you want him to bow down to Bud Crawford and give up his motherfucking position? You want him to bow down? Y'all sound like some complete idiots, straight up, for real. Y'all ain't keeping it real. That's the problem. So now y'all running around here clapping and cheering Bud on. So in his head, you know what I'm saying? He gonna stick to what he think, even though deep down he might know that shit wrong, right? He gonna stick to it because he's like, well, everybody else is backing me. I gotta stand on my square. Everybody else backing me. Ain't nobody telling me what you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody telling me to just go out here and prove, you know what I'm saying, whoop this dude and then get the bigger pot. Shit, everybody agreeing with what I'm saying. So I'm gonna stand on my square. That's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm starting to think, do anybody around him have sense enough to say, look, Bud, you know what, man? You could beat this. See, and this is what really, right? This is really telling, right? How Bud Crawford is acting is really telling, because I look at the whole situation, right? And of course, all his family come on here and say that Errol Spence wouldn't last 5 or 6 rounds with Bud Crawford, right? That's an easy fight. If the fight was so easy, right? If the fight was so easy and you gonna become undisputed, get your biggest payday, and become a fucking mega star, right? The fight's so easy, but you willing to turn that down? See, the thing is that you're not confident that you can beat Errol Spence. That's what it's starting to show me. You're not confident that you can beat Errol Spence, right? So, because like I said, if you were able to beat him in a rematch, you would be the A side. You would get the bigger bag. But see, you ain't confident that you can go in there and beat him. So now if you fuck around and you lose, right? And you don't, and you get an L on your record and you don't make more money than him. That's when your ego started playing in. Now they lost to this motherfucker and let him make more money than me. No, I'm good. I don't want to fight. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'll continue fighting these motherfucking Rudy Poots. Get my, my guaranteed $4 million that I'm getting or whatever, and looking great, and having everybody paint the picture in the narrative that I'm without a shadow of a doubt the #1 pound for pound guy. Shit, they've been rolling with. I've been fighting motherfucking Rudy Poots, you know what I'm saying, for years and years, and they've been rolling with the narrative. Shit, I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing. That's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like, because you don't want no tough fights. I mean, shit. And then you talking about when they ask you about Virgil Ortiz. Oh, he don't want to fight me. He don't really want to fight me. He just saying that. Why the man really don't want to fight you? Everybody that say they want to fight you don't really want to fight you. Why everybody that say they want to fight you, you always come back and say they don't really want to fight you? Now it's just because he basically, you trying to say he just saying that to sound good. Why the fuck he don't want to fight you? Like, man, is you God? Are you the God of boxing? Nobody, come on, man. What's up with this shit? And y'all hit my like button, and you know what I'm saying, you suckers, you bitch ass niggas, hit the dislike button. And this shit crazy to me. Let me see what y'all talking about in these comments. Ebony Queen, what's going on with you, Queen? Salute. Yeah. My bad. Mr. Sheldon in that super chat. He say, man down, big fish strap season. Yeah, and like I said, man, it ain't about who you like and who you think gonna win the fight at the end of the day. It's about the facts of what's going on with the situation. And you know what I'm saying? Stop running with the narrative. I wouldn't even have a problem with the shit if y'all like, you know, hey, the man just said he don't want to fight. I don't know why he said he don't want to fight, but whatever. We just gonna sit back and see what he do. You know what I'm saying? But y'all steady coming up with fucking lies. Every time he make his own self look bad in the interview or something, y'all move the goalpost and come with another lie. And y'all steady trying to put it on Errol Spence. Why? For what? Can't nobody, and it's funny because ain't nobody gave a valid reason why he don't deserve 60-40. But it's funny now how all of y'all, right, will skip that he said 60-40 now, and you go straight to the 70-30 and 80-20, right? He said 70-30 and 80-20, but don't say nothing about that the man said 60-40 before that. Y'all some suckers for real. Straight up, y'all ain't keeping it real. Sheena, yeah, just like I'm saying, Sheena, a rematch or a trilogy, Bud gonna get it. If you can go out there and beat the man, and then make him do what you want him to do. Because it's funny, because if you beat him, it's a fucking win-win situation all the way around the board for you. You get way more money than you ever made, for one. Now you the undisputed, and you done made history being undisputed at 147 and 140. I don't know if anybody ever been undisputed at 147 and 140. You done made history, right? You the money man in boxing, right? And then you have all of the leverage in a rematch. But you gonna turn all of that down? It's something deeper than that. It's something deeper than that, because can't nobody tell me, right? Can't nobody tell me, right? If Errol Spence handed his belts over today, right? Or say Ugas, say Errol Spence, right? Say this was possible to do. So if this was possible, say if Errol Spence handed his belts over to Yordenis Ugas, right? And he was like, fuck it, I'm retiring. I'm giving all the belts to, they gonna, you know what I'm saying? We gonna give all the belts to Yordenis Ugas, right? Now, it's Yordenis Ugas and Terence Crawford. And Ugas say, well, shit, I got all the belts. I want 60-40. I guarantee you that Terence Crawford, man, I guarantee he'll break his fucking neck to go over there and fight Yordenis Ugas. I guarantee you you wouldn't hear nothing about no split argument or nothing. I guarantee you he go over there and beat Ugas' ass and take their fucking belts. So that's what's letting me know, right? At the end of the day, he's showing to me more and more that he's not confident that he gonna come out with a victory. And then he think that O on his record is more important, right? So if he willing to put that O on his record up against the line, he got to be willing to get a cash out payday. That's what that is showing me. That's what it's showing me. Because if he was so motherfucking great, right, like y'all said, but you still in here watching me, you clown ass nigga, you. Right. See, Will, you still in here watching me. So exactly, you know what I'm saying? So Bernard Burton in that super chat, salute. You feel me? So this, to me, and like I said, I could be wrong. It could just be like, you know, Bud just got an ego. He don't want to see another black man making more money than him. It could be that he like, you know what I'm saying, he got a competition in his head with Errol Spence that has nothing to do with competition in the ring, and his ego won't let him step down from it. It could be that, right? But it's something. It's something. And to me, it's looking like he don't want to put that O against, he don't want to put that O up unless he get fucking life-changing bread. Because you fuck around and put that O up, right? See, he could be thinking like this. Okay, if I put my O up against Terence Crawford, I mean, if I put my O up against Errol Spence, right? And I lose the fight, right? Now I done lost the fight. I done lost my position on the #1 pound for pound, right? I'm no longer #1 pound for pound. I lost the fight. And he made more money than me. He could be looking at it like that, right? So if you're looking at it in that aspect, of course you ain't gonna go in there and, you know, let him take the bigger pay cut, right? Of course you not. But if you as fucking great as you say you is, and you so much better than everybody, and you could beat everybody, including Errol Spence, so easy, like y'all like to say, well, you will be looking at it like this. I'm gonna go in here. I ain't really worried about no fucking, you know what I'm saying, split. If he want to give me 60-40, I'll take that. I ain't tripping, because I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna beat his motherfucking ass, right? And then I'm gonna beat his ass. I'm gonna become undisputed. I'm gonna take everything he got, and then, right, in a rematch, he gotta, you know what I'm saying, he gotta answer to everything I want, because now he ain't got no fucking pull. He don't got no pull. I took your belt, right? I took your position as the top 147-pound fighter. Now I'm the money man, right? You ain't got no fucking pull. You ain't got no pull in no rematch. So if you want a rematch, yeah, I'll give you a rematch, but you ain't got no fucking pull. So if he really had that type of mentality, we wouldn't be sitting on here talking about this shit. If he had that type of mentality, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. We will be talking about them already being set to make a fight whenever we get out of this pandemic in full, right? We be talking about both of them saying that the fight is going to happen, not just one of them. We'll be talking about, well, yeah, shit, Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, they both saying that the fight gonna happen. That's what we will be talking about. But see, your Lord and Savior, right? Your Lord and Savior, you know what I'm saying? He might be bluffing all of y'all. He might not believe, right, that he could really beat Errol Spence, because that's what it's looking like. And why we ain't never seen him in the ring with none of these other top cats, and stop lying, talking about everybody running from him. Because the only man that I've heard him call out that's been running from him is Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is one man, not everybody. Let's get that straight. Manny Pacquiao running from him, but ain't nobody else running from Bud, because these other guys have been trying to make a fight with Bud. From them offering Danny Garcia a punk ass $3 million, from them offering Sean Porter a punk ass $1 million. Come on, man. Y'all miss me with that bullshit. Uh, 254, what's good with it? Max G said he's selling wolf tickets, Key. He won't pass that up being undisputed in the second weight class. He says, in my opinion, if he does, then he's a weirdo and mighty duck. Yeah, why you gonna pass all that up? You mean to tell me your Lord and Savior, right, is gonna pass all of that up for what? For what? If he's so much better than the man, why? I want somebody to give me one good, valid reason why he will pass all of that up if he's able to just go and walk through Errol Spence like y'all saying, right? Like his team is saying, like y'all saying. He able to just go walk through him, easy money. Why? I ain't never seen no fighter pass up the biggest payday of their career when it's easy money. That's like, you know what? That's like Canelo, right? Passing up a fucking Yildirim fight. right? Canelo went and took that fight because he knew it was an easy money payday. So you think that Canelo gonna pass up a Yildirim fight? Because that's what y'all saying. Y'all saying it's so easy. Why? Make that make sense to me. Why would you pass up an easy money payday? Make it make sense. I'm talking to the whole Bud Protection Committee. Make it make sense. Knockout. I see I've been missing some of the comments. Okay, Will Buys. What's Will Buys Comfort? Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? Omaha in the building. Salute to you. But you saying that Bud moving up to 154 and him and Charlo gonna do big pay-per-view with 50-50 split. He's done with Errol Spence. He knows he's gonna get 50-50. That's a lie. You're saying one, and I fuck with you. I fuck with you, my dude. But you're the one that came on here and promised everybody that he was getting the Manny Pacquiao fight. Now you talking about he gonna fight. He ain't moving up fighting Charlo. And if he do move up and fight Charlo, Charlo gonna beat the brakes off him. He don't want no Charlo smoke. Taco K says, Al not sending another fighter that's not on PBC a big contract, so you guys need to stop. What is you talking about? What you mean? This is a cross-promotional platform. So it ain't, it's up to Al Heyman and Bob Arum. See, y'all, it's funny, man. Y'all dudes continue to move the goalpost. You continue to move the goalpost, but you still ain't addressing why your Lord and Savior is on here each time he get on the microphone telling y'all that the fight ain't gonna never happen. He don't want the fight. You still ain't addressed that. This shit crazy. But let me go to this dude. Let me see this clown. If this clown ass nigga is still in the building, what's his name? Because I wasn't really paying attention, but I did read knockout comment. Let me find it. I dropped the link. See Will. I dropped the link. See Will. Hop in the comment section, and if you want some smoke, I will drop the link for your monkey ass. Hop in the comment section. Come on. Hop in the comment section. And all you got to do is jump in here and tell me that you want some smoke. And I will drop the link. Yeah, Luis Lopez. If Bud Crawford, right? If Ugas had all three belts, Bud Crawford will fucking swim across the whole motherfucking Atlantic Ocean to get that fight. Straight up. Man, this shit ain't fooling no. He ain't fooling me. Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk say how he gonna fight Charlo and he's on PBC too. Exactly. You feel me? How he gonna fight Charlo and he's on PBC too? Dejea, hey baby girl, give me a call later. Dejea, give me a call later. Knockout Boxing 86 TV says let me unblock him. I booted his ass. Yeah, you ain't gotta unblock him now. I mean, you ain't gotta block him knockout. He can come get this smoke for real. And anybody else that wants smoke, right? Anybody else that wants some smoke today, you feel me? Anybody else that wants some smoke, you come in here and get this fucking smoke. Straight up. So I'm sick of you clown ass niggas for real. Because y'all are the problem. What's wrong with boxing? That's the problem, right? You find a fighter, you just want to dangle all up under his nuts and shit, and you don't want to tell when you don't want to admit when he ain't moving right. You don't want to admit when he ain't moving right. It ain't gonna kill you to admit, like, hey man, I don't agree with what he doing. You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite fighter, but I don't agree with what he doing. Because I guarantee you, if this was Errol Spence fighting the same competition that Bud Crawford was fighting, right? If this was Errol Spence fighting the same competition that Bud Crawford was fighting, and then Bud Crawford had 2 belts, finna get a 3rd belt, right? And everything was flipped around, and Errol Spence was acting like this, right? Errol Spence was acting like this. I guarantee you that I will be on here with the same energy towards Errol Spence. I guarantee you that. And if Errol Spence start moving like that, I'm going to be on this fucking helmet. Straight up. What's good with it? Money Brown off in the building. What's happening with it? Big Stepper. Hold on real quick. Let me. Anyway, okay. TJ Sports Nation in that super chat. Salute in that super chat. Appreciate you. So like I said, if everything was flipped around, man, y'all gotta be a damn fool if y'all think I'll be on here capping for Errol Spence like that. Man, y'all tripping. For real, y'all tripping. Let me see. Let me look at some of these comments. Let me see what y'all talking about in these comments. Hold on. Yeah, Taco, you can jump your ass on this panel too. Jump on the panel too if you want to. Like I said, let me know. Whoever wants to smoke, it's easy. All you got to do is type in the comment section and let me know that you want that smoke. Yeah, facts, Kwame. Facts. We got on Errol Spence's helmet for saying that he wasn't gonna fight Keith Thurman after all of the shit that Keith and I think that me and Money, we went back and forth because I was on Errol Spence's helmet because or maybe we don't quote me on that, but I know I got on here and I got on Errol Spence's helmet for not wanting to fight Keith Thurman, right? Because I said, man, fuck all that shit. Fuck that tit for tat doing what he did to you. That's a big fight. I still want to see that fight. You feel me? Ain't nobody capping for none of these dudes. If they, if I don't agree with what they talking about, I don't agree with that shit. Y'all need to get off that bullshit with Bud. But I guarantee you, if Bud turn around and fight Josecito Lopez or something, this is exactly what y'all gonna say. Well, all of the rest of the fighters was ducking him. Sean Porter didn't want to fight. Keith Thurman priced himself out. Danny y'all gonna make an excuse. It's always you move the goalpost. It's an excuse one after another. And y'all hit that like button. Yeah, KP, they don't never keep the same energy because you know why, right? Because they never talk about facts. So when you're not telling the truth and when you're not talking facts, you got to move the same. You got to move the goalpost. You got to move the goalpost because most of these dudes, they got too much pride, right? And they're afraid to just come out and say, look, you know what I'm saying? I was wrong. They think they're going to look stupid. So their pride is keeping them from saying, look, you know what I'm saying? I can't rock with what dude doing, but, that's what he doing, and I was wrong about the situation. I know I'm funny, but you won't hop your ass up on here, though. Exactly. I tell you to hop on the panel if you want some smoke, but I'm funny. I bet I am. Ryan Clark, what's good with you? He say, peace ETB. I was driving while you were talking about Bud hesitant to call Errol bluff. he really believe he can win it, if he really believe he can win the fight and show he the big bad wolf facts, if he really believe that shit, we wouldn't be on here talking about this. We wouldn't be on here continuously talking about this if he believed it. Yeah, young Merv the Cut Man, exactly. We don't come for Bud personal life. You Bud fans is hurt. For real. Y'all hurt. Y'all hurt because, like I said, like that clown ass nigga that was on there with money yesterday. Errol Spence, he a fucking bitch. He a bitch. He a bitch. You know what I'm saying? He a bitch, this and that. Well, he a bitch, and he ain't I got you, Taco. I'm gonna send it right now in a second. He a bitch. He ain't impressing me. The nigga a bitch. The bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you sound like a bitch ass nigga, straight up. Straight up. You sound like a jealous, like I said earlier, you sound like one of them jealous ass niggas that be sitting in the corner of the club watching every other nigga that's shining, biting the bottom of your lip, mad and shit, hating on niggas. That's what you sound like. And you'll never hear me coming talking about, Bud Crawford is a bitch. He a bitch. Because if you not gonna say it to his face, right, I guarantee you, ain't none of y'all niggas gonna go to Errol Spence, gonna go to one of these fights and pull up to EJ, because he be at all the fights in Dallas. I guarantee you, ain't none of y'all niggas gonna go up to the fight, pull up on him, and tell him, you know what, I think you a bitch ass nigga. That's what you is. I think you a bitch. I guarantee you ain't none of y'all niggas gonna do that shit. But you get up behind this keyboard and talk that big shit, right? Now, I guarantee you, if me and Bud Crawford was in the same room together, I'll tell him straight up. Everything that I've been saying, I'll tell him straight up. Like, bro, if you think you can beat the man, go out there and call his bluff. Right? Because I'm not saying nothing disrespectful to Terence Crawford on a personal level. That's the difference between me and y'all. Ryan say none of these motherfuckers gonna say that shit to his face. None of them. Straight up. Ain't none of them. None of them is. Omega say they take personal shots because they have no arguments on the facts. Straight up. They don't. So they get so mad, that's all they could go. Well, he a bitch. Bro, well, tell me, why don't your man just call his bluff? And what has Terence Crawford done at 147 to deserve a 50-50 split? Or to tell you that the fight ain't gonna happen? Well, but your man's a bitch. Like, come on, man, you sound ignorant as hell. You can't articulate enough words to get out of a full sentence without saying, well, your man's a bitch. But clowns. That's just what it is, clowns. Yeah, and I'm gonna drop this link. This link right here that I'm finna drop is for Taco. Right? It's for Taco. Hold on. So he could bring his ass in here, since I'm so funny, and you could get this smoke. The link is dropped, Taco. It ain't, and I'm not doing no panel like that. I'm dropping them links today for anybody that wants some smoke. That's what that's about. Today I'm dropping the link for anybody that wants to smoke. I'm waiting. The link is in the chat. Go ahead and jump on the panel, Taco. And while we waiting for Taco to hop his ass off in here, who Terence Crawford gonna fight next, right? If he ain't gonna fight Sean Porter, if he ain't gonna fight Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, he ain't gonna. I mean, he not fighting Manny Pacquiao. Who he gonna fight next? Who he gonna fight next, right? Since y'all jumping up and down and clapping and talking about, oh, you hear what he said to Errol Spence? Oh, y'all so happy about that, right? Look at my man. Look at my man. He's standing on his square. He said the fight ain't happening. If y'all so happy about that, who is he gonna fight next? That's all I want to know. Who he gonna fight? Who he gonna fight next? And I'll wait. Somebody type in the chat who he gonna fight next. Black saying salute. My man Stormy B, man. What's happening with it, Stormy B? Who he gonna fight next? Luis Lopez say nobody. Ryan Clark says Josecito Lopez. Hey, he better hope he don't come out here fighting no Josecito Lopez. For real. We waiting. The link been dropped. The link has been dropped. Who is he gonna fight next? Since y'all so happy, he made all of y'all proud, right? Who is he gonna fight next? Black Sand say Ugas. He not fighting Ugas. Errol Spence and Ugas is fighting. Errol Spence and Ugas is fighting. He ain't fighting Ugas. Why would Ugas go over to Top Rank, right, and fight motherfucking Terence Crawford? Here you go. Here you go.
What's happening?
What's happening with it? What's happening with it?
Man, shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm here, man. I ain't like these other niggas, bud. Like, you feel me? I ain't never ducking nothing. You feel me?
Well, you here now. You here now.
So I'm just saying, for real, I just think everybody be getting worked up over shit, bro. Like, in my opinion, like the fight not happening, and I believe it's because of the fans. To be real, I believe that Bud wanted to fight at one time. He called him out plenty of times, multiple times. I believe that the thing that kind of like he was like, fuck it, was when he went to Errol Spence fight, and Errol Spence was like, oh, why he come to my fight? He said he want to do nothing with me. I don't know why he came to my fight, but that could have been a plan for him to promote the fight. But none of you guys talking about that. But y'all just talk about what Bud say about, because he's saying he don't want to fight no more. Bruh, he been chasing this dude, wanting to fight this dude for almost a year, 2 years. Earl had to clean up. So he waiting on for this man to clean up his house. I mean, how long the man supposed to just sit there and wait? Y'all say 60-40 contract. Last time I checked, when Floyd was the A side, he was a man that was sending people guarantees money. When it reported that he was wanting to send Pacquiao $20 million straight, and he his own promoter. When he was his own promoter, he never was talking about Al Heyman when it's time to start a fight. He just made the fight happen. So EJ say 60-40 over to Twitter. So now everybody jumping on that shit. But how he know 60-40 to what? How much is the fight worth? Do we know how much the fight worth?
Let me ask you something, right? Let me ask you something. You say that you say that Bud Crawford continuously been calling out Errol Spence, and he's sick of calling out the man, right? That's what you just said, right?
Basically, that's what
you said, right? I'm just repeating what you said. That's what you said. So when did he continuously call out Errol Spence?
Hold on, man.
Wait. You can either.
I'm listening to you, but I'm gonna go on mute because my kids calling me and shit. I'm listening.
Okay. So while you're listening, you can either pull it up on your phone and play it for everybody so I can hear it, or you can tell me where to find it and I'll find it and I'll play it. Since you say that he been continuously calling out Errol Spence, right? And then you said that he been calling him out for the last 2 years. How the fuck he was calling him out for the last 2 years when we had a pandemic and we had Errol Spence that had a horrific car accident and he sat out a whole motherfucking year? So how he been calling him out for the last 2 years? So play the footage for me or tell me where to find it. That's all I want. Since, like I said, y'all continue to run with this narrative, making up shit in your mind that this man is doing some shit that he ain't been doing. So
Bud ain't never called out. So Bud ain't never called out EJ.
Find it for me.
He never called out EJ?
Find it for me. Because I can tell you right now that the motherfucking sky is bleeding red. Are you going to believe me?
Bro, his last fight with Cal Brook, but he didn't really mention it. He probably was tired of it a couple of times.
Oh, so he didn't. So now you're saying that he didn't mention
it.
Cal Brook.
It was a couple of times he wanted to
when did he mention him?
Fight Bud. I mean EJ.
When? Because
now I gotta bring up.
He said that
y'all cover all the boxing, but I gotta bring up a date when. So basically, you saying that.
Hold on.
But okay, I don't know. I don't remember all the dates and shit like that. But basically,
there wasn't no dates. That's why you don't remember. When he fought Kell Brook, he called out your boy Manny Pacquiao, right? He called out Manny Pacquiao. He says, "Oh, I want to fight Manny Pacquiao next." And the dude asked him, "So not Errol Spence?" He said, "No, I want Manny Pacquiao next. That's the fight I've been wanting." So dust yourself off and try again. When has he been calling out Errol Spence?
All right, he never called out Errol Spence, and Bud is ducking. He's a scared Bud ducking. He ain't never called him out. I'm just, you know what I mean? That's where y'all at with it.
I'm
just gonna go with that because you know what I mean. Y'all know he done called him out plenty of times. I don't got the dates. This is not my profession. You feel me? I don't do all that research and go back and look at what people.
So basically, doing. What you're saying, I got other you don't know if he called him out.
I know for sure. Going off of what other people telling you. He called Earl out. I know for sure he been calling his name.
You know for sure. Play me one time where he called him out.
Here, honey.
Thank you.
No problem.
Or tell me where to find it. That's all I'm asking you.
Like I said, I guess I must have been listening to something different, bro. I must have been. I got it wrong. I got it wrong. I got it wrong. And Bud's is scared. He don't want to fight nobody. He's scared of all the top welterweights that's up there. He's scared of EJ. He don't want it. He don't want it with EJ.
So you hopped on this panel to tell me that you was wrong. Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm wrong. I've been wrong all the time, and Bud been ducking.
We know that.
And the tweet, the 60-40 tweet that EJ said, no paperwork, no none of that shit. The tweet that's set in stone. That was a for sure offer, and this is going to be the new way, and we're going to make fights over Twitter. Because to me, I have yet to see a fight happen over Twitter. I have yet to see any business happen over Twitter. So I guess this is the new norm for everybody. But there haven't been no fight that's been done over Twitter yet.
Okay, once again, where can I find that footage where he continuously calling out Errol Spence? That's all I want to know. You keep trying to move the goalposts and talk about Twitter. We're not talking about that. We're talking about what you said, because you saying that Errol Spence is ducking him. In that Terence
I never said Errol Spence was ducking.
Wait, hold on. You saying that Terence Crawford is sick of calling him out, right? He's sick of calling him out, right?
Right.
So tell me, when did he call him out?
He did. He went over ESPN and said he wanted that fight. One of the fights that they asked him. He said he wanted that fight. That's a fight that he want. Was it? Which fight was it? It was one of the fights. I don't know if it was Brook, but it could have been a fight that was before Green Machine or something like that. But he said it over ESPN before he wanted that fight multiple times. He said he wanted that fight. He said he wanted.
Tell me where to go.
But you know, everybody have amnesia when it comes to Bud.
No, because
when has EJ said he wanted to fight Bud? I never heard to see him come out and say that.
You never heard him? Okay, give me a second. Hold on. I'm gonna give you some receipts and then I'm gonna get your ass up out of here. Hold on. Y'all bear with me. I'm gonna pull up some receipts for him real quick.
So I guess
no, don't go nowhere.
I guess meeting them face to face talking to him face to face when they was in each other face. I guess that don't consider as a call out either. That's not a call out.
Now.
When he was face to face with him, that wasn't a call out.
Hold on. Don't try to back out now. Don't go nowhere.
Do you remember when they was face to face? That wasn't a call out. When he made him face to face, said, "I want to beat you. I'll smash you. I'll knock you out. That body shit ain't gonna work on me." What'd he say? EJ was saying all the fighters who Al said that he wanted to fight, and Bud was like, "My name ain't on one of those." Al said, "Nope." Al's an advisor. You feel me? When they want to use Al to duck, that's what they do on PBC.
I don't.
Hold on. Like I said, I'm gonna bring receipts.
Yeah, bring it up. I don't got an extra phone, so I'm not finna go and, you know what I'm saying, do all that extra. But I know Bud called him out, and y'all ain't gonna make it seem like he haven't called the man out. He's talked to the man face to face. Dude said he was gonna take the easy route out. Easy route out. He gonna take the easy route. That's what he said. In his face. Did you find it? You know, bring me your computer. Because you keep on telling me you getting done, but you keep cutting. Bro, I can't hear you, bro. Yeah, I can't hear you, bro.
Now get your ass off the platform, nigga. I pull up receipts. Oh shit, I'm mute. Hold on. Let me run that back with y'all. Hold on.
And it makes sense. It's definitely gonna happen. I mean, I just talked to Al about the fight before. We had numerous discussions about it, and you know, he said the same thing. You know, when it makes sense, it's gonna happen. So, you know, hopefully it can happen next year. And you know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to fight Terence Crawford. A lot of his fans and from Omaha and you know, just you know, a lot of his fans saying that I'm ducking him. You know, that's not the case at all. I had a FaceTime Terence Crawford before anyway. We had a FaceTime fight a couple months ago. You know, I talked about the fight and things like that. So, you know, definitely no ducking in our situation at all. I'm not the type of guy that's gonna duck anybody. So, I mean, it's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen.
What did he say? I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm not the type of guy that's gonna duck anybody. It's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. Now, all I asked him was to tell me where I could find Terence Crawford continuously calling Errol Spence out, where I can find it, or he can pull up a receipt. He couldn't do that. I did it. Now don't hop your ass back up on here ever again. Don't come back on here ever again. Right? We, like I said, we talk about facts. We speak facts. We don't make shit up. What you're doing is making shit up in your head. Get your ass off of here, man. You got up on here. You hopped up on here to say nothing. To say nothing. Loyal to the game, boxing talk. My man Kwame, he say, get your soggy taco ass up off. He said, get this soggy ass taco off here. Come back on Tuesday. Straight up. And salute to my man TJ Sports All Topics. He say, keep spitting that fire. Appreciate you. Like I said, man, y'all can't fuck with, don't hop up on here if you can't fuck with me. Don't hop up on here if you're going to hop up on here and start stuttering this shit and you don't have no facts. Straight up. Gone. For real. Come back, Taco, when you got some facts. Come back and fuck with me when you got some facts. Straight up, man. Y'all dudes killing me with this bullshit. Y'all killing me with this shit. But like I said, man, you got one man that's continuously saying that the fight gonna happen. You got the other man that keep telling y'all it ain't gonna happen. And one thing before we get ready to wrap this shit up, y'all keep talking about he chasing, right? He chasing Errol Spence. And he tired of it. He's so tired of chasing him. Why he ain't tired of chasing Manny Pacquiao, the man that he actually really chasing? Because, see, the Errol Spence shit is a lie. You know why he ain't tired of chasing Manny Pacquiao, right? And he's so-called tired of chasing Errol Spence? Because one of them, he ain't never was chasing, so it's a fucking pure lie, right? And the second one, he's actually really chasing Manny Pacquiao. And we all know Terence Crawford got a hell of a gas tank. He ain't ran out of gas yet chasing Manny Pacquiao. And he ain't going to run out of gas chasing Manny Pacquiao. The motherfucker's a marathon runner when it comes to Manny Pacquiao. That's what he is. He's a marathon runner when it comes to chasing Manny Pacquiao. KG Alexander, what's happening with it? Salute. And y'all hit that like button. My man, Ill Will. I am Ill Will off in the building. What's happening? He say, keep that smoke coming. Man down. Land of the 216. What's happening with him? And once again, I still haven't heard anybody tell me who Bud Crawford was going to fight. As a matter of fact, man, I'm going to play this once again for y'all that didn't hear it. For y'all that didn't hear it, I'm going to play it once again. Hold on. Where we at?
Interpretation of Terence Crawford's comment.
And I'm gonna just come on.
And I think the boxing, the fighting public, the sports public would love to see that matchup.
Definitely. I mean, he's telling the truth. I mean, you know, you got players I work. Me and Terence gonna get in there and try to kill each other. So I mean, you got players I work, and you know, as long as the money's there, the money's in the pot, and it makes sense, it's definitely gonna happen. I mean, I had talked to Al about the fight before. We had numerous discussions about it. And, you know, he said the same thing. You know, when it makes sense, it's going to happen. So, you know, hopefully it can happen next year. And, you know, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to fight Terence Crawford. A lot of his fans and people from Omaha and, you know, just, you know, a lot of his fans saying that I'm ducking him. You know, that's not the case at all. I had a FaceTime Terence Crawford before anyway. We had a FaceTime fight a couple months ago. You know, I talked about the fight and things like that. So, you know, definitely no ducking in our situation at all. I'm not the type of guy that's going to duck anybody. So, I mean, it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen.
What he say again? It's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. Right? But y'all talking about, oh, he's just so tired of chasing. Man, come on, man. Y'all sound ignorant. For real. Y'all sound ignorant. Well, Aunt Kit 78, right? Like I said, you go to your motherfucking channel and then see who want to debate you. Then, clown ass nigga. Like I said, man, but you know, as far as the fight, I don't know if it's gonna happen because you can't force Terence Crawford to fight him. You can't force Terence Crawford to fight the man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the way he ain't moving like he confident. He sure ain't moving like Floyd Mayweather moved when Floyd fought De La Hoya, right? He ain't moving like that. He not moving like that. M Stacks 85 says both of them look very beatable. Well, you know what, M Stacks? When the best fight the best, like I said earlier, 9 times out of 10, you're going to take an L. But like I said, one of the fighters is clearly fighting the best that's available. The other fighter ain't fighting the best. It's simple as that. It's simple as that. And if you can't see that, you might need to go get your eyes checked. KG off in that super chat. What's happening? He says, Bud been chasing the ghost of Pac-Man for 6 years, but about to be 7. And that's a fact. And still talking about, oh, I'm going on to bigger and better things. What is bigger and better? What? Because all of y'all that's talking about, oh, he gonna move up to fight Jermell Charlo at 154. He ain't moving up to fight no Jermell Charlo. And if he do, that's going to be the last time he ever think about moving up again, because Jermell Charlo going to give him what he want. So this man, y'all, for real. Mike Rhymes says, Cassandra Mason say the ghost of Pac-Man. For real, been chasing the ghost of Pac-Man for years and years and years. Mike Rhymes say Terence Crawford moving like Benavidez in that fight. They had now it's down to the nitty gritty, and he wants to run away. That's real weak. He know the smoke. Like I said, man, I just don't believe he is confident as y'all trying to make him out to be. Right? I don't believe it. If I knew I had easy money in front of me, I'm finna go get that easy money. Yeah, M Stacks, it's easily $100 million fight. And especially now that everything opening up, this is $100 million fight. Straight up. $100 million fight to me easily. M Stacks 85 say neither fighter is confident. What you mean? What have Errol Spence done to show you that he not confident? He doing everything he said he was going to do. One thing you can say is you cannot call that man a liar. He doing everything he said he going to do. Straight up. Y'all keep going back to what Bud did at 147. Get off of that. Get off the boo-boo. This ain't 147 no more. And like I said, if you really want to keep it 100, he ain't really he didn't fight no killers at 147. He didn't. He ain't fight no killers at 135. The best fighter that he fought at 135 was Gamboa. That wasn't even a 135 pounder at the time. That was coming off a 1.5 year layoff that had to move up in weight. Come on, bro. Miss me with that bullshit. This man ain't never fought no killers. What did I say? Y'all said 140. What did I say? I thought I said 140. Yeah, I'm at 140 and 135. He still didn't fight no killers. His best competition at 140 was Victor Postal, that turned around and lost his match right after that to Josh Taylor, right? And the best fight that he ever fought at 135, like I just said, was Gamboa, that moved up in weight. Oh, my bad, y'all. Like I said, it was Gamboa at 135 that moved up in weight, that was coming off a 1.5 year layoff. You know what I'm saying? And Gamboa ain't never beat no motherfucking killers in his career. So what the fuck is y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? Man, please. M Stacks 85 says their inactivity causes problems. Ask Keith Thurman. Sheena say, can't they strip Bud like they did Pac and let Spence versus Ugas fight for undisputed? Nah, because I don't think neither one of them is Bud's mandatory. Bud's mandatory is Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? And I hear a lot of people talking about, well, because see, Bud don't want to fight Sean Porter, right? And so, and also, Bob Arum don't want that fight for Bud, right? So it's like they don't want no smoke with Sean Porter. So everybody talking about, well, why don't Sean Porter just tap into his mandatory position, right? Everybody like, well, why? It's easy. Why don't Sean Porter just tap into the mandatory position and, you know, take it to purse bid? Why don't Sean Porter force it to go to purse bid? Well, like I continue to say, is the thing why Sean Porter don't make it go to purse bid is because he might not have the ability to make this fight go to purse bid, right? Because we all know that the WBO is basically the top ranked title. They have a great relationship, I said before, with Top Rank. So Sean Porter might know that if he do try to tap in, they could come and tell Sean Porter, look, you got to fight such and such for the mandatory position for Bud. And then Sean Porter like, hold on, I was just in the mandatory spot. They'll move the goalpost. They've done it before. You feel me? They'll move the goalpost. They did that shit before. So if he tries to take it to a purse bid, it's not set in stone that he'll be able to get it to go to purse bid. Like I said, they might come up with a mandatory eliminator fight for him. Now he got to fight a whole nother motherfucker and wait, you know what I'm saying, a whole nother year before he can become the actual mandatory and be able to force the fight. So it's more to it than what y'all thinking. Yeah, so and everybody trying to shit on the Ugas fight. It's funny because the same ones that's trying to shit on the Errol Spence and Ugas fight is the same ones wishing and praying that Ugas go over there and fight Bud Crawford. That's funny. See, y'all exposing yourselves, right? The same ones that shitting on Ugas saying, why he fight Ugas, this, and that, right? It's the same ones that's hoping and wishing and praying that Ugas fights Terence Crawford and Terence Crawford can get that belt, right? And also the same ones that saying Ugas is a shitty fight is the same ones that was right before saying that Errol Spence was ducking Ugas. Ugas is his mandatory. Why he scared of Ugas? He ducking Ugas. Man, I'll see y'all. Mem Stacks 85. I said the same ones, right? I didn't say your name. So if it applies to you, then it applies to you. I didn't say no name. I'm talking about in general, right? I see the same ones that saying Ugas is a shitty fight, but then turn around and be like, Terence Crawford, he gonna get that Ugas fight. He gonna get in happy about this shit, right? And the same ones that were saying that Errol Spence was ducking Ugas. Come on, bro. And whether you think Ugas is a shitty fight or not, Ugas has the title. So whoever has that third title, Errol Spence got to go through to be able to get that third title. You think he just going to be a fucking fool and be like, nope, I'm not going to fight Ugas. I'm not going to go pick up that third title. I ain't going to fight Ugas. Come on, bro. Y'all need to get off that silly shit. Jay Cooley, what's happening with it? Battle Rifle said the welterweight division is a straight joke. Hell, boxing is a joke. Most of these fighters should have been made already. But why is the welterweight division a joke? because you got Errol Spence that's running the welterweight division, and he's fighting all of the top guys. You had Keith Thurman that was in the welterweight division fighting all of the top guys. You had Sean Porter. You got Sean Porter. He fighting all of the top guys. You got Danny Garcia. He moving up to 154, but he was fighting all of the top competition. The only one that is moving like a fucking joke that ain't fighting none of these guys is Bud Crawford. Straight up and down. He the only one that ain't fighting the rest of the guys. So with that being said, man, I appreciate everybody that, you know, tuned in, hit the like button. Everybody that hit that super chat, I appreciate y'all. And man, me and Money, we're gonna be back on here cooking, you know, tomorrow like we always do. But like I said, man, y'all gotta stop riding and going with this bullshit just because it's your best fighter, right? If y'all want the sport of boxing to change and be in a better, you know, a better space, y'all gotta stop with this fuck shit that y'all doing. And like I said, appreciate everybody that tuned in, and come tomorrow. We finna cook tomorrow. We got a whole lot more to cook on. And like I said, once again, I appreciate everybody, even Taco K, you know what I'm saying, for hopping up on the panel. You know, at the end of the day, that ain't nothing personal. You feel we you know, it's nothing personal. I ain't getting no bag from none of these fighters. So, but you know, when we talk this boxing shit, we gotta talk facts, and we gotta stop running with narrative just because it's a fighter that you like and you want to do everything you can to make another fighter look bad. Run with the facts. That's it. You know, like Batman say, that's it. That's all. If you can't come up with no facts, you better not hop your ass on here. Straight up, you better not hop your ass on here if you can't come with no facts. But Santos, you in late, man. You in late. We ending the show. But once again, hit the like button before y'all leave out the building. And like I said, I appreciate y'all. Y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And you know, shit, we out.
They're senior in no department. Speed, power, chance, heart, none.
Alright.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Talking big facts, I ain't tell no lies. Real talk like fight fan. Slap a troll with my right hand. Hit the like button, watch the replay. Want all the smoke like EJ. Fuck a troll what he say. I bomb a nigga like Wilder, boy. Spray the thing, make shower, boy. Tyson Fury, you a coward, boy. Box a nigga like Ego. Make you bow your head, take one knee like Kell Brook and Tim Tebow. Since the time that Lester been black and eyes like Debo. Like Debo? And I'm a breadwinner like Kevin Gates. Smoke strong, make you levitate. On my evil Spence, might meditate. Gon' watch me, you gon' steady hate. But I pimp the game like 7-8. 7-8. And I'm a big stepper like Money Brown. I don't mess around, I don't fuck around. But I fuck around, not wear my crown. Fuck around, not wear my crown. Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go, talking that boxing again. Trio talk like fight fan. There you go, talking that boxing again. This trio talk like fight